What happens when you seek a person that can use a very limited set of tools or even one? The first answer is that you accumulate debt in terms of time, in the best case. In the worst case, in terms of time and money. And of course, this debt, also as a non-metaphorical debt, has interests. So the more time passes and the higher the accumulated interest and also the rate. You see that I have a sales dataset and I wanted to do something that I did manually also with another dataset. I want to filter some products in function of accounting or a percentage. You see that in this case, in the case of Google Sheets, I select the product, I count the frequencies, here I put also this condition, and I group by the product. But with the syntax of Google Sheets on the function query, I have less arguments, so tools, than other solutions. For example, a proper query on a database. There I can also say that I want the products that have a count higher than 13. On Google Sheets I can't do it in an elegant manner. And if I want to do it in a not elegant manner, I have to run a query on a query. And you see that we have basically the same problem with a pivot table. The pivot table is a more user-friendly way of running queries. See that here we don't have functions, but just a button to click with a user interface. And instead here I wrote stuff that requires a minimum of knowledge of SQL. So with a proper database, we would have the syntax and so the arguments, or tools if you prefer, to work this in a more proper way. Also consider here that the dataset is not small. You also saw that my computer one moment also had a very small delay. So this kind of dataset is suitable for a proper database. And in another video you see that in this case I run the not so elegant solution. Here with a query on a query. In that case it's not on a query but on a pivot table. And you see here where I put the so-called filter. But again, it is not an elegant way. I also told in the video related to this dataset. If you don't want to use SQL to interrogate this dataset, you could use Tableau, as I also show in other videos. And there it is much easier, much easier, because it's basically overly glorified user interface for pivot tables. But in that case, you have another limit. That if you want to share the results of your aggregation to co-workers or other people inside the company, and you want the data private, that means accessible just by them, you can't, you have to pay. And then another solution is Power BI. Or you run what I wanted to do, that is a filter on the count on Google Looker, that is the business intelligence solution of Google. So basically the Google version of Power BI of Microsoft or Tableau. Every profession has its toolbox. Of course, a junior will know 1, 2, and they want to do everything with such tools if they don't have a senior that guides them. Instead, serious agencies or studios like Enterprise Statistics will suggest or just execute the proper tools for the task. Did this video make you think that you use a tool improperly or in a not elegant way and you want to discuss it together in a free call? You can book it in the link you see in the description. Bye and see you the next time.